And from hearing to eyes, with many Albertans working from home and thousands of students doing their studies virtually, there is an increase in screen time for people of all ages during the pandemic. Optometrists say it's important to protect our eyes from digital eye strain. Dr. Andrea Lasby is with the Alberta Association of Optometrists, and she joins us this morning. Good morning, Dr. Lasby.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for doing this morning. Definitely an interesting topic we forget about sometimes, but our eyes are so important. So are optometrists seeing more cases of digital eye strain among patients since the pandemic began?
Yeah, digital eye strain is certainly a growing concern for optometrists, especially during this pandemic. And that's usually caused by just extended periods of time working really up close, and as well as that lack of blinking from just focusing on screens for so long. So generally, we blink about 15 times per minute, but we're on computer screens, that really goes down to only about 4 times per minute. So that lack of lubrication can lead to dry eye and, again, cause more symptoms of digital eye strain.
And what are some of the symptoms and signs that we should be looking out for?
Yeah, so these can be very varied. So things like headaches, blurred vision, you can have things like excessive watering or squinting. It's very common to get just eye irritation in general. It's hard to, because for children, they may not describe these symptoms, so you may just notice a bit of irritability for them, poor behavior, or just a poor attention span as well.
So what can people do? I mean, it's hard to avoid it these days. So how can you reduce this digital eye strain when you're working on a laptop potentially for hours on end?
Yeah, and I mean, we're in this culture, we're in the pandemic, we can't change those things, but what we do recommend is that every 20 minutes or so, set a little timer for yourself and take a break. You know, get up, get a glass of water, look outside, look at least 20 feet away, and relax your eyes by looking into the distance. Of course, we recommend other things that you can do just at home, like you could reduce your computer illumination or the brightness on your screen. You can also reduce overhead lighting to reduce glare, as well as bring your computer screen down slightly so that your eyes aren't wide open when you are looking at the computer, so that your eyelids are slightly in a downward gaze. That also helps. Now, if these things are not helpful, then definitely check in with your optometrist, because they may be able to recommend things like anti-fatigue glasses on the computer that can help reduce strain, or provide a variety of dry eye treatments as well, depending on what's causing that dry eye. Now, of course, the most important thing is to make sure that you don't miss your annual eye examinations with your optometrist. And the reason why we recommend that is because these symptoms of eye strain could be something else. They could be an issue with your eyes focusing together, or they could be a symptom of eye disease. Many eye diseases have no signs or symptoms. So we want to ensure that Albertans know that we need to make sure that they are checking their eyes and making that a priority, even during this pandemic that is kind of changing how we do our daily lives.
So many great reminders there. Do we know at this point what sometimes some of the long-term effects could be from that? I know sometimes you think you get blind or you just can't see as well. So are those true? Is that true, or what are some other effects?
Digital eye strain by itself generally will not cause blindness. But of course, over time, it's kind of like, I explain it to my patients, it's like holding a 5-pound weight out straight in front of you with your arm. At first, no problem. It's easy to do, it doesn't hurt, but over time, oh my gosh, it's really hard to hold that 5-pound weight up. And that's the exact same thing with your eyes. So if your muscles are working so hard all day, whether you're at work or you're a child that's going to school, then that can really affect your attention span. Of course, that's going to affect, by the end of the day, you're just not going to want to do that work anymore. And we want you to continue to be productive and be able to do the things that are required of you, especially when you're a child in school. That's so important for their grades. So we just want to make sure that they get that checked. And if they do need help, that they let their optometrist know so that we can get them through that full workday.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for your insight this morning, Dr. Lasby.
Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. And for more information on the Alberta Association of Optometrists, you can follow them on social media or visit the website on your screen.